is Laura Loylis, and today I will be showing you how to use Microsoft Sway. So Microsoft Sway is a program that allows you to create and edit visual presentations. The program was originally released in 2015 and it's part of the Microsoft Suite. Today I'm going to be covering some of the basic features and show you how you could use this program for personal projects and work projects and whatever else you need. So I want to get started by showing you how to begin a new project, which is a good place to start. So first way is just to click Create New, and there are actually two ways to do this. So you can click here, or you can click up here at Create New, but we'll start over here. So when you click on that, it creates a brand new presentation, and it tells you to put your title and some of that beginning stuff, and we'll get more into detail about that in a minute. So that's the first way. You can go back by clicking the back button or by clicking here on Sway. It'll bring you back to that welcome page. The second way is you can start from a topic, and when you click on that, it asks you to enter a topic, and then they will create a template for you. So for example, you could put that you want to do a presentation on Greek mythology, and then click create outline. And it will create this auto-generated template for you. So you can scroll through and kind of see all the different things that it has added to this presentation. And of course, with any of this, this is just something to get you started. You can edit any of the text, any of the images, any of these sections. So let's go look at another way to get started. Third way to get started is to start from a document, this third option here. And when you do that, it takes you to your files, and you can go ahead and just click any. We'll do this one for an example. And then you click open, and it will create a presentation from your document. So then you can look through and see what it's done. Fourth and final way to get started is a little further down here, and it's to start from a template. There are a lot of different templates about some of the different genres that you might be writing in. So they have newsletters and presentations, they have portfolios, blog posts, all sorts of different formats. So let's look at a couple of these. So we'll look at the resume. So it gives you some of those headings, it puts some extra information, tells you in the information what kind of content you should be putting in that space. And if you like the template, then you can click down here, start editing this way, and it will create the template for you that you can edit. So let's go back here. Oops. Now, let's look at one more. Let's look at an external newsletter. So this is what this one looks like. And we'll get into some of these different elements that you see as we go along here. Another thing that you can do on this welcome page is this last section here, which says get inspired by a featured sway. And it shows you some other sways that people have created, so they're not just templates, they're actual full sways that people have created. And it gives you a good idea of what you should be going for when you create your own sway. So let's look at this one. So as you can see, there is a lot of images. There's some text. This one is actually a horizontal presentation, and they have both of those options, and we'll talk about that as well. And this one also includes videos. Close that. And now I'd like to get into some of the features actually when you are creating your sway. So you can click create new here. Let's try it from there. So there are two sections, major sections that you'll notice here up in the left corner. Storyline and design. And this is the storyline tab, and then this is what the design tab looks like. It doesn't look like anything right now because we haven't put any design in yet, but we'll check back on that once we put a little bit of work in here. So the storyline is going to be your basic outline that you'll be editing. So I want to start here by showing you what these different buttons do right here. So this first one is you can add a background image, and let's look at some nature pictures. That'll be nice. Okay, so let's do this one. And then this will be the title of your sway. So you can put any title that you want. And then what you can do with this title is you can just leave it as is. You can also highlight it and emphasize, which just means that it'll bold it. You can also accent it, which just means it'll italicize it. Another thing you could do is you could have a link here, and so if you had a website that you want to link to, then you can just have Camp Canoe be the text and then put a link there, and then it'll allow you to your user to click on the link and go to that website. So another thing you can do is you can click on this insert content button, and I'll show you some of the things that you can add. So there is a suggested section that shows some of the features that you most likely will be using, but we're going to go through each of them individually. So here you can add different headings. So here you can add heading 1, first level heading. If you click it again, you can add a level 2 heading. The different sections. So we'll go ahead and put level 1 heading as camp activities. And then let's do second level as swimming. And as you can see, this is section 1. So it's 1 and then 1.1 because it is underneath heading 1. And if you keep clicking, it'll keep adding to section 1. But if you go a little further down, then you can click there and it'll add a new section. So next we can, with these text boxes, we can emphasize and accent just like we did up there, add a link with an actual text box like this. If you say swimming is the best, then with that text you can make bullets, you can make numbered lists, and again you can add a link. You can also make the size of the text different, as you can see there. Besides text, you can also add a number of media. So let's go ahead and add some media to this. So first is images. So you can add images. And so let's say that we want to add some swimming pictures. So we'll just take some of these stock images, add a couple of those, and it'll add those. And anytime that you want to check on your design, then you can go ahead and just go up here, click design button, and that's when we can look at what it will look like to the user. So as you can see, we have this, we have swimming is the best, and then our pictures. So that's all we have so far. We have our title, and then we have the different sections. Another thing you could do let's say our second section here is food court. Another thing you can do here is you can add, let's add an image here. We can add videos here, so we'll say food, and then you can add any kind of food video you want. So we'll add that in. And if you look on our design, then we can see that video right there. Another thing you can do is add audio. And with this one, they don't have pre-made files for that, but you can go ahead and just look for other audio clips that you'd like to include, or you can just record straight onto the site. Another thing you can do with media is embed, and so this is a feature that will allow you to embed certain other presentations. So let's say that you wanted to include your sway about Greek mythology. So you would go ahead and go to back to the welcome page, click your Greek mythology presentation, go to the share section up here, and then that gives you an option to get embed code. So you just copy that, go back to your other presentation, and then in that embed section just paste that code, and there is your sway. So the last section I wanted to talk about is called the group section. So let's start a new section here. We'll call it our campers, and then you can add group, and it gives you just different options on how to organize your pictures. So automatic is it will find the best way to organize those images and will fill up the space. Grid will put it in a grid-like structure. Comparison will compare two different images, so you can only put two in there. A stack will allow you to flip through the images in one singular stack, and then a slideshow allows you to navigate through the images by clicking different arrows. So for this example, let's go ahead and do a stack. So you click add content, you can upload your own content, again, text or images. So let's go for images. So we'll just click some images here. So we'll put camp. And we'll click some of those images. And then we'll add them. Let's go ahead and see what that looks like in our design section. So this one, as you can see, you just click it and it flips through the pictures. Let's go back to our storyline. And again, like I said, there's lots of different ways to organize those images. So those are all of those main features. So let's go ahead and look at our full design now from the top. So we have this, our different sections, images, text. Let's look at how this sway looks. See, you can click through it from here. Keep going here. Yes, so that's the end of our presentation. You can also look at it by pressing play, and it'll actually play that presentation for you, and you can click through it like this. So yeah, so those are some of the basic features of Microsoft Sway, and I hope that this was useful to all of you and that you will be able to utilize this tool in the future. Thanks, guys.